Today on Rappler. Doomsday preacher Apollo Quiboloy is subpoenaed by the Senate. The Philippines issues immigration alerts versus former lawmaker Arnie Teves Jr. Search operations in the deadly Davao de Oro landslide conclude after 15 days. The United States successfully lands on the moon for the first time in 50 years. And Gilas Pilipinas defeats Hong Kong 94-64 in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. The Senate Sergeant-at-Arms served a subpoena to Davao-based Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Apollo Quiboloy. The subpoena is received by one of Quiboloy's lawyers from Davao at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday, February 22. It comes as the Senate probes allegations of human trafficking, sexual abuse, violence, and other abuses by the preacher and his group. The document shows Quiboloy was commanded and required to appear before a Senate committee chaired by Senator Hontiveros at 10 a.m. on March 5. Hontiveros earlier warned she will cite Quiboloy in contempt and have him arrested after the Doomsday preacher through an audio recording claimed he was in hiding because of a supposed assassination plot. Quiboloy and several of his church associates were wanted in the U.S. since late 2021 after they were indicted by a federal grand jury in California. Philippine authorities issue immigration alerts versus former lawmaker Arnie Teves Jr. The Justice Department says Thursday, February 22, 2 alert list orders were issued through the Bureau of Immigration to restrict Teves' movements and facilitate his arrest through cooperation from other countries. The former Negros Oriental lawmaker was the alleged mastermind behind the assassination of then Negros Oriental Governor Roel de Llamo in March 2023. The alert list orders were issued in relation to the warrant of arrest against Teves dated September 5, 2023, and an Interpol Blue Notice published on February 19, 2024. A local Manila court also recently canceled Teves' passport. Teves has been out of the country since February 2023 and refused to return after being linked to the Llamo's killing. Aside from murder and other criminal charges, the Philippines Anti-Terror Council has also designated Teves as a terrorist. The local government of Maco Town in Davao de Oro announces the termination of retrieval work on Thursday, February 22. This after 15 days of search for survivors and bodies in the February 6 landslide in the mining village of Masara. It also announces the lifting of class suspensions in 7 schools in Masara and neighboring villages, which took effect earlier. The local government reports responders recovered 98 bodies during the 15-day operation, while 8 people remain missing. Maco Mayor Volter Remando says the local incident management team completed retrieval and debris clearing at Ground Zero. To conclude the 15-day search, a Catholic Mass attended by local government officials and disaster team workers is held at the site of the deadly landslide. A spacecraft built and flown by Texas-based company Intuitive Machines lands near the south pole of the moon. It is the first U.S. touchdown on the lunar surface in more than half a century and the first ever achieved by the private sector. The uncrewed 6-legged robot lander, dubbed Odysseus, touched down at about 6:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The landing caps a nail-biting final approach and descent that required engineers on the ground to employ an untested workaround at the 11th hour. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson hails the feat as a triumph, saying Odysseus has taken the moon. Odysseus is carrying a suite of scientific instruments and technology demonstrations for NASA and several commercial customers. Thursday's landing represents the first controlled descent to the moon by a U.S. spacecraft since Apollo 17 in 1972. Gilas Pilipinas passes the first test of its 4-year quest with flying colors. The Philippine team pulls away from host Hong Kong at the 3rd quarter and claims a 94-64 win. This gives Gilas a rousing start in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers at the Chunwan Stadium in Hong Kong on Thursday, February 22. Justin Brownlee, Kai Soto, and Dwight Ramos play a strong game as the Filipinos unleashed a 30-9 blast in the 3rd quarter to break the game wide open. Coach Tim Cohn sees plenty of room for improvement even after the 30-point win.
It's obvious to anybody, I think, that we have a long ways to go. We're going to need to play a lot better than we did tonight.
Gilas Pilipinas is set to face Chinese Taipei on Sunday, February 25. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kara Oliver. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.